Okay, folks, this video is going to be pretty damn short, but it's also going to be pretty damn sweet. Today's the day. Finally, today is the day. Now, if you've been following the progression of cPDH.guide over the last year or so, you will note that we've gone through some pretty radical changes in that time frame, even as late as this year, providing greater access to visual information in the form of charts and all of that. Today, the day of this recording, is when all of that changes. Now, instead of us curating it on our end, we give that to you. You have the opportunity to start sorting and sifting through the data via the website. Let me show you how. Now, what you see before you is a dashboard that is projecting now as a base, as it on load, as it were. It has all of the data, or the representation of all the data being shown as the website loads. What you can do now that you couldn't do before is now you can sort by date. So if you want to look at a specific period in time, if you were playing in the very beginning and you want to take some notes on what that meta looked like way back in the day, take some notes, reset the filter, and then look at the last quarter in time and compare between what was being played then, what's being played now. You can do that. You can absolutely do that now. You couldn't do that before, but you can do that now. Now, other items that you can do now. Now, every single one of these graphs will change as that date range is sorted, filtered, what have you. What's also new is in these top three. Now, you can also select this down here in the bottom, and you can also select colors down here in the bottom as well. But in this top three, if you want to look at Rakdos decks, so this tells you of the 10.6 popular, 10.6% popular colors, Rakdos, that of Rakdos, 32.3% is represented as aggro decks, 30.2% as mid-range decks, all the way down to 4.7% of 4.7% of Rakdos decks is Voltron. Now, this also tells you that of Rakdos decks and them winning, 33.3% of the time, the Rakdos deck in the player 4 position, so in the last seat, that's where Rakdos wins. Now, as you filter through, you don't want to be player 3 playing a Rakdos deck, because that's just not where it happens. So I hope just with that one example that this illustrates the power of information now at your fingertips. You can sort by date. You can find anything that you want within a particular range of time based on colors, archetypes, player order. It's all available to you. I have one more thing. So along with the archetype information, the player turn order, the colors, along with all of that information being searchable, this is a little snag that I hope to have fixed in the future. But now, you can just click on any one of these top things. Now, every single commander that has been logged in a game in the database is now searchable. Every single one. You can find out what their archetype is. You can find out what their wins, their losses, their draws, their win rate is. You can also search or filter this by date. You can filter by specific commander, and where that makes a difference is, let's say you want to compare every single Abdel X deck against each other. Couldn't do that before. You can do it now. Here's another thing. You can export this data. I know I was having a hard time clicking on the thing. Every single one of these charts that you can search, you can export the data. So instead of exporting the entire database of information, you can filter it down to the things that you want to ask questions on, and you can ask questions, you can query specifically against Abdel X in the history of the database. You can do that now. I'm so freaking happy that I could bring this to you. As always, we're going to keep refining. We're going to keep building. We're going to be adding features, all that stuff. This is live as of the time of this recording. I hope to have all these little bugs and stuff out, but yeah, man, I'm so happy. Please enjoy. If there's anything we can do, if you have any questions, reach out in all the places. Oh. So this will be replacing the compendium. But let's go to that page real quick. So this, well, it may be replacing the compendium. I'm halfway in, halfway out, because this does provide an extra filtration on top of. It may change a little bit. Another thing for you. Sample deck lists. Myself and a few other folks are working to get some sample deck lists. Now, these are all decks that are represented by the data. So we're not picking these arbitrarily out of a hat and all that stuff. I mean, some are being curated that way, but by and large, the intention is to provide you with lists that are battle tested, and not by me. I'm not picking these myself. My little crew's not picking this ourselves. You guys are picking these via your wins. When you submit your data and you have your win rates and all of that stuff, we go out, we search out who the winners, what they're playing, all that stuff. That's where these lists come from. So performance-based, baby. Performance-based. One more last thing before we go. Resources. So PDH Rec is in here. Hex Drinkers. They're coming back. They're coming back soon. Of course, Connoisseurs, Puzzle, Common Theory. Yeah, on and on. New folks added all the time. So, the new era, baby. New era. Another one. All right. Peace.